Thank you, Pierre. Complicated world we live in, isn't it, Brian?
It's terrible.
It is.
I mean, that situation is terrible. I don't know what to do about it, but...
Well, we got good stuff happening here.
We do.
How about that nurse, right? You saw the movie Catch Me If You Can? With, what was that, Leonardo DiCaprio?
That movie came up in our newsroom as well.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can. And they'll probably make a movie about her. But pulled it off. Anyway, Andy Dance, welcome.
Good, welcome. Good to be here. I don't think she was one of the nurses that was working on my knee. So,
how would you know? It sounded like she did a good job.
4,500 patients.
Yeah. All right. We'll see if we can get her on free for all. That'd be good. Just talk to her.
Probably won't, but
all right, probably
that would be great.
Her attorney may not want her to talk right now, but anyway, Andy Dance, our county commission chairman, TDC chairman, and appointed to all kinds of state boards. I heard you on the news. What did you get appointed to? Some other things?
Well, really, right. The Florida Association of Counties is an important statewide committee for all of our 67 counties. So they have an executive board, and I was appointed to that by the other board members, and also the Small County Coalition. So for counties under 200,000 residents, all those counties get together in that organization and lobby for the things that all of the small counties continually fight for, which is equal funding.
All that? Don't you have a job too?
I do, but it's first and foremost is the work that I do on the commission. So I'm proud of the team that we have and the work that we do.
All right. Patty King, our
good morning.
Cheerleader type mayor on Flagler Beach. Everybody loves Patty King. Good to have you back.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about beaches and politics and money and Army Corps of Engineers and all that. Amy Lukasik.
Good morning.
Thank you for you got a meeting canceled and managed to come in and join us. Thank you.
For you.
Appreciate that. Oh, thanks. But we're going to find out about the pier and the construction and how it's affecting the businesses on Flagler Beach and all that kind of stuff. But also we're going to be talking with, Roque? Roque, yes. Roque, all right. Of Velarde, and also with Shauna Freiberg. They're with the Marine Land. So last part of the program, we're going to find out what's going on there. There's, scuttlebutt talk, like a Mexican company that owns them filed a Chapter 11, and we don't really care about all that. What we care about is our Marine Land Dolphin Adventure, and make sure that we keep that going here in Flagler County. Is that good for tourism here?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In what way? How do you measure that, or how do you see that, Amy?
Well, first of all, that area of the county is very special, obviously. We promote it in high ecotourism product that we have with the Sea Turtle Hospital that happens up there, Ripple Effect eco tours and all the research that goes on at Whitney Lab UF. So it's a great area that we promote, and that's really what people come for. Okay, we'll find out what's going on there. I know you can. They're open for business, and because we're promoting like birthday party, we're going to a cool place, for your kid to throw a birthday party, invite the friends, and do some dolphin stuff and everything. Those are memorable experiences. So we'll talk about that. Hey, I saw the penny saver not on my driveway anymore. Brian, did you hear about that?
I did. I haven't heard directly from the penny saver, but we've heard different drivers have posted things on Nextdoor and things. So, and some of the drivers have actually contacted us and said, hey, we could deliver for you now if you want, that kind of thing.
So you own the driveways now.
As far as I know, the penny saver is no longer. But
yeah, well, they put a press release. That was their press release.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Anyway, so it said, hey, we're going all digital, which is okay with me. And so now when I go out on my driveway, I only see the Observer.
There you go. No more confusion, I guess.
No, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's talk. Speaking of confusion, all right, this whole thing on beach renourishment here in Flagler County. And Andy, you're on the commission, and there's different views. Should we to pay for it? So first of all, let's talk to people that only heard a little bit about it and explain what's going on. Army Corps of Engineers has an agreement with the county to help us and do it and match. So kind of give us a quick overview on that.
Summarize the past 25 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, once you get the beaches renourished, right, there's agreements in place to maintain and then for future renourishments. It's not a one and done. And really it's incumbent upon us to make sure that we We take care of those areas that we renourish. Our federal and state partners are watching us to make sure that we're good stewards of the work and the money that they're investing into the beaches. So, with our beachside government partners, we are working through the process of making sure that we can maintain those areas and then in the future be able to renourish them as needed. And, the schedule is a 6 to 8 year schedule for renourishment. And after about, I think, the third renourishment, based on our county coastal engineer and the consultants, is that the outside shelf has been built up to the point that our beach becomes resilient again to the major storms. And then future work is minimal and touch-ups and into the future until a major storm. Then all things are.
And renourishment is the dredging we see.
Correct.
Right. Okay, Brian.
Well, whenever we post a story on our social media about the renourishment or about the funding needed or anything, we get at least one or two comments that say, "This is crazy. Mother Nature is going to do her thing, and there's nothing you can really do about the sand, and we're spending so much money on sand, it's just going to get washed away." I'm sure you've heard things like that.
Well, we faced.
What's your response to that?
Sure. Well, we faced kind of a PR problem at the beginning when the storms hit, and we had to place emergency sand along the coastal dune line to protect the communities and properties. And a lot of what we saw in the news was those waves crashing into the temporary dunes, right? So that's what the dunes was for. It was to protect the property, but they're not the last resort for waves. What happens with building up the dunes and then building up the beach, right? The renourishment moves the impact area 150 feet out further into the ocean. So the dune system, the ocean's not crashing on the dunes, it's crashing farther away. So yes, from a PR standpoint at the beginning, we put all that money, came in and put a lot of sand right on the dune line, and the waves were still crashing at the dune line, and everybody saw that washing away. But the renourishment part moves the action area further away, lets the dune system start to heal. All the ecosystem that forms on the dune system that stabilizes the dune system has time to root in and recreate itself once you move the wave action farther offshore.
So when we lose sand, it would be the sand farther away, and the dunes would be hopefully a permanent
Correct.
solution. Okay.
Correct.
Patty King.
We saw that during Milton. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, we just put this in and now we've just lost so much of the beach again. It's distributed right offshore and it comes back in again. And it's functioning exactly how they designed it to function. And it's protecting the dune, which is the ultimate goal, is to protect A1A. And it's working as they designed it to.
All right. Well, it all comes down to money. Let's talk about that part now. Because everybody hears, we've got Kim Carney that doesn't want to do a half-cent sales tax. Greg Hansen is offended that they don't want to. He's very passionate about it, by the way. He really believes in it. And he's standing up for what he does, which is what we elect people to do. And Kim Carney is also standing up saying, no, we shouldn't buy it with a half-cent sales tax. We should use MSBU. Explain MSBU to everybody. Everybody says these, and then a lot of people go, what is that? So go ahead, MSBU, and how would that help the
Sure.
nourishment?
Well, the MSBU has, even from the prior plan, has always been part of the funding mechanism in order to make sure that the construction and the maintenance.
What does it stand for again?
Municipal Service Benefit Unit.
Okay.
So there's a tie. It has to be, right? We've got studies that have to tie a benefit to the property. Otherwise, it could be legally challenged. So I think what you heard before was the MSBU that we had planned was always for maintenance. So we were not in an immediate hurry to be able to do the studies for that because it had always been intended for the maintenance and the renourishment part. So the recent meeting was really about moving that up to handle construction, and we weren't in a place where we could get the studies done in time to use the MSBU for the construction. So it'll go. We'll revisit that so that it can be done next fiscal year. And as it is now, there's some additional funds needed for construction of the final stages. We have Reach 2, which everybody will see in the spring. That's the next renourishment part is from where we stop just north of the pier, and it goes 5.5 miles north. That's Reach 2, and in September we'll be going back out. We got one final permit we'll get in September. We'll probably go out to bid in September, October, to start construction on that second reach in the beginning of the year, in the spring.
All right, so there is somewhat of a timeline. We have to come up with some money and show the state that we're going to match the Army Corps of Engineers, correct? There's, can't go on doing nothing forever.
All right, well, once we get through the budget season, our budget season is concluding. It'll be finished in September. And I'm pretty confident that we'll be regrouping to talk about how we're going to do long-term funding for renourishment. We've got the construction funds pretty much set up. It is a challenge, though, because we're using existing halfpenny funds. We're using millage that we've set as a reserve for the beach. But as we've seen, the economy is not getting better, and it's going to put additional constraints on funding for next year. So we've got to revisit what those funding allocations are looking like for the construction that we're setting aside. And then start our conversations again about long-term funding for maintenance and renourishment.
So is it best right now, with everything so emotional about, just let it lie for a little bit and pick it up later rather than trying to push everything through?
Well, I don't know that pushing anything off is a great idea. We just have to work together as a team to solve the problem. So we're going to have to, put this together. Was the plan that didn't get passed was in the process when the new commissioners came on, and now we'll just go back really and revisit all the data, the options that we have, and everybody come together, to solve a problem. That's what we do. We're there. We got to solve a problem.
Brian,
what's your take on putting a half cent on the ballot for a referendum? Do you think that would be a good move, so that way politically there's less, well, it becomes a solution, I guess, because then the voters are deciding? Or do you think that's a bad idea because, this is what the commission is elected to do, and that's what, you guys need to make that decision?
Sure. The referendum has its pros and cons. It's definitely a more transparent process, because now, right, it comes back to the commission to put the information out to the public in a way that they can digest it and understand it. We have to sell that, if you will, to the public, and make the case about the benefits of renourishing and saving the beaches to the entire county. I mean, I think we have a great case for the as we're discussing today, the economies of the beach and the long-reaching effects of having a healthy beach on our county economy and the importance of it. It's crucial that we have a safe, functioning, beautiful beach for the economy of Flagler County. It's our identity, and having that renourished beach protects the values. As mentioned, DOT, our ecosystem in the hammock. It protects property values and our quality of life. And so if we get the opportunity to make that case, I think we can make a good case. But there are competing issues to where I can understand members of the public that would be opposed to it. So
do you think it should be on the ballot, the half cent to help with the beach funding?
Well, I think the half penny is a better option than having to do any types of increases or looking at any type of increases in millage or astronomical MSBU numbers. There's different components that are available, but they have to be recurring funds in order to make sure that we stand up renourishment for years to come.
So it should go on the ballot or shouldn't go on the ballot.
I think it should, at this point, right? The commission should have that discussion. I think if it's the best option to have Penny. So if it goes on the ballot, we just really have to work hard at it. And I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it at all.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes on the ballot and fails, now we've lost a year, right? We're talking about November, and and then what? We'll be in a year where we are right now, which is nowhere, and then clock is ticking, right? Because if we do nothing and we don't match the funds, I've heard the Army Corps of Engineers, they pack up their toys and leave town and leave us to Mother Nature's mercy.
Could there be a referendum, like a special referendum? I mean, it would cost money, but could there be like a quicker turnaround on that? I'm not sure
it'll be if it. That's one of the issues that we have to settle quickly in September, October, because the supervisor needs time to be able to get review ballot language, get it approved, and do all the steps necessary to get it on the ballot for 26 is when it would go. So it's a limited. There's time limits within that process.
All right, we're going to take a break. So what about Flagler Beach? That's we all love Flagler Beach, big part of our lives, whether we live there or not. We got to look out for Flagler Beach. Mayor Patty King in the studio. We're going to go out there and find out what's going on with the pier, building, and businesses, things like that. Also, Amy Lakosik in the studio, our tourism director. Andy Dance, you just heard from, our county commissioner. And the way in the back, the folks from Marineland. And we're going to find out all about that when we return on Free for All Friday. And Brian McMillan.
For the best happy hour on the beach every day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You'll love these drinks.
Johnny D's Beach Bar and Grill. We're waiting for you.
She's Carla.
And that's Alan.
If you don't know who we are,
now you do.
We're the owners of your local Benjamin Moore paint store.
Next time you're thinking about painting, think about us. Benjamin Moore, corner of Old Kings and Utility Drive.
Palm Coast.
In a world where personal service and people who really care about you can be lost, we want you to know we are different. We love engaging with our clients. That's just how we've been since 2008. Your milestones in life and business are our milestones, and we are with you every step of the way. We can do everything that big banks do, but we add the community banking touch. If you're already one of our clients, thank you. And if not, we would love to be your locally owned community bank. I'm Laura Gilveri. Welcome to Intracoastal Bank, member FDIC.
Chelsea here from Renewal by Anderson. You've seen and heard our ads where I talk about Renewal by Anderson's exclusive Fibrix material being twice as strong as vinyl, incredibly energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. But if you haven't reached out yet, now's the time. August only. Renewal by Anderson is offering triple savings. $300 off every window, $825 off every patio door, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Oh, hey, update here. Our Flagler Radio mobile app, right? Which with Apple. And I found out because when I upgraded to an iPhone 16, it was like, where the hell is our Flagler Radio app? I can't live without it. So Mark here and a few other people got with Apple, and we've updated all that. So if the Flagler Radio mobile app is suddenly not there, or you don't find it, or you haven't downloaded it yet, just go to your app store and hit Flagler Radio. And there we are. Do you have that on your phone, Andy?
Absolutely. Every time I'm traveling, the app is up, and I'm either doing a podcast in one of the shows, many shows that you have. So, yeah, I'm constantly on the app.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Well, so if people had trouble, we heard from a few other people, too, and I'm like, they don't know what they're doing. Then I got mine. I'm like, what the hell? I can't get it on mine either. So, all right, let's talk. If you just tuned in, we're talking about the beaches and beach erosion and politics and money and millions of dollars we got to come up with to stay in the game. We're all here because we love the ocean and the beaches and marine land. So the beaches of the county, how many miles is it from north to south for Flagler County, Andy?
18 miles, right?
18. And how many miles is Flagler Beach, actually?
We're 6.
6. So this all has a big effect on Patty King and everybody on Flagler Beach as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Patty, like Flagler Beach just can't go it alone, right? You need the whole county's supporting with what you're doing.
Well, we do. At any given time, probably the majority of people that are on the beach are from other zip codes and within the county, along with tourists. We do need support from the entire county. I mean, tourism draws heavily for beaches, not solely, but it's a huge part of the county tourism.
Mm-hmm. So how is Flagler Beach doing? You know, I go out there. By the way, I love the Compass Margaritaville Hotel. I stayed there July 4th weekend in the suite, and I was pretending I was on vacation and didn't have to go anywhere. And it was just awesome.
It's great.
You were on vacation.
I was. You know, and they go, well, travel safe on your way home. And I go, okay, I will.
And you paid your bed tax.
I did.
Thank you.
I was happy to pay the bed tax.
Thank you.
So I hear from businesses, the pier, of course, and is there a turtle nest is holding up the pier construction? What the hell's going on there?
We're blessed with a second turtle nest, and right where the trestle system is going in. And
What a
we
blessing.
are on hold. Yeah. We are truly on hold until the little hatchlings come out, which could be someday in September.
All right. So I got to ask.
However,
I mean, I love turtles. You know, ever since I was a little kid, I had a little
So much
red-eared
power.
turtle.
I do too.
All
Here we
that kind
go.
of stuff, right? And everything. But
But-
why can't you just scoop it all up and move them to another location?
Don't they move turtle nests sometimes? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
we did for the Army Corps project last year. That was a special permit that was received ahead of time. That permit was not sought with this because there's such a small part of the beach being impacted.
What are the chances that a nest goes right where we're going
Exactly.
to put the pier?
Well, in some ways, the delay is actually a good thing because it's allowing our contractor to go in and remove the personalized plankings.
No.
They hadn't had the time to do that during the original stage of construction. So now they're able to go in and they will cut the personalizations out of the wooden planks.
So we're not
So
just.
it's actually a good thing.
It's actually
Yeah.
a great thing. I mean, I found that out last night. I'm like, okay, then I don't feel quite so bad about waiting for the baby turtles.
I do have one question. Since we're talking about the Margaritaville Hotel and the bed tax. Other counties, sorry to revisit the beach funding, but other counties pay for the beach funding mostly through tourism, all through tourism. Is that right?
It depends. It
Okay.
depends. Yep. They're in Nassau County, they have an MSBU, and they dedicate 10% of their tourist development tax.
Is one of the, what makes our county a little different is that we don't have very many hotels compared to other coastal cities.
Correct.
And therefore, it was one option. One way to think of it is, as a community, we either need a lot more hotels to pay for this, or we need to figure out a different way to pay for we need to pay for it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's one way to think of
You
the
look
beach
at Walton
issue.
County. I mean, I was talking to Shauna from Marineland Dolphin Adventure, and she's from Panama City Beach. They're heavily tourism. So, yeah, they're able to cut that check. That makes a big dent in that
But they
bill.
have tall hotels.
That's right.
And we don't.
That's right.
How's
So-
tourism doing here, Amy? Why we got you?
Yeah.
Amy Lukasik, our tourism director. How are we doing this year compared to last year with people coming and visiting and staying and spending money and supporting our businesses?
So far, we've got up to June revenues, and so we're up 3%, which is good. So we have one more month to get our highest collections, which is June and July. And we always like to go into the hurricane season up with an increase so that in case something happens, knock on wood, it won't, but it'll help offset any decline we may see in September.
Okay. Johnny Lugerai, our Oceanside Beach Bar and Grill, and my golf buddy sometimes. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
You've got your finger on the pulse. You've got a Flagler Beach business organization and everything. How are the businesses doing, you included, on Flagler Beach? What's the temperature out there on business?
Well, this game changer of a pier that we're working through on the construction side, and anyone that is near and dear to them There's a handful of businesses that are down anywhere from 7 to about 30%. And what I found out yesterday as I was doing my stroll down in that area was if they rely on parking, then they're in trouble right now. And it's because, our base too, our customer base, we have a lot of the elderly that if it's not easy to get to your business, usually lose out. And fortunately for us in the restaurant business, we're able to track a lot of our clientele, and during certain times and certain hours, you can see where the dips in sales have been. There are a few businesses that are up, but for the most part, the beach in general is down. And I think it's a little bit of mix from the economy and a lot of the construction, but what we've learned is businesses were a lot tougher together. So the minute that you see someone like Romero's loses a bunch of parking spots, that they are probably one of the most impacted. We do the best by cross-promoting each other. And, a couple of things like the vibration and the sound, a lot of other business owners around that area seem to be working through. They can kind of mitigate themselves, but we're also providing some of the solutions. Casey Ryan has been out and about doing her job as a CRA director, and we're trying to put together a little game plan that's going to help mitigate some of this because, it's a long-term project, year and a half, and it's going to be amazing and beautiful. But, man, the last decade has been hurricane construction, hurricane road construction, hurricane something, and I really hate sometimes, like, Flagler Beach needs help, and it's not that we really need help in a way. It's like if you can kind of get out of our way or stay out of our way, we can do well. But when it comes to a lot of these major construction projects, it's a little painful right now for sure.
Mayor Patty King, comment on Johnny Lugerai there.
Well, I totally agree with everything Johnny just said. We just need support from as many people as can come visit and spend their money and enjoy our city. We're still there. We're still open for business. It's a little dusty and a lot noisy at times, but if everybody can come support our establishments, that'd be fantastic.
Hey, Johnny, you talk about the retirees that they don't want to walk all that far or that sort of a thing, but maybe if they adjust their hours to come out there, not during the peak times, would there be?
Well, fortunately, we rely on more of the senior citizen. Or people that have a little bit harder time getting around, they do come during those off times, and it's unfortunate that when we lose some of that revenue during those off times, that's what makes more of the impact. Normally Fridays, Saturdays, and the busier times, we still are busier, even with some of the construction, because people understand, and we got such a resilient community. I mean, I've talked to so many people, and we're talking about putting volunteer groups around that have a golf cart in Flagler Beach that want to move some people around, and it's just so difficult liability, and working with the city to see if we can rent out some lots maybe, or one of the private lots. I just spoke to one of the owners of a private lot that does pay for parking. And when we have a problem, we do really well working with solution, and our city has done such a magnificent job with their communication. Everything's getting so much better, but we're still going through this painful process. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really help sometimes when we can't get this beach management plan done, and that's also scary because all of us rely on Flagler Beach as the number one asset, and I know that our commissioners are working very hard, but man, 20 years ago we should have had this beach management plan, because 20 years ago our beach was amazing, and over the last 20 years it's just deteriorated so much until we got this renourishment, and I think so many people are out and about now and enjoying the beach, and I'm hoping that we can come together and find a solution for that.
How about, Johnny, is like with Amy Lukasik and our tourist development, are you working with them somehow to help, or you said you had somewhat of a plan you're working on. What's that?
Well, luckily I sit on that board, and Amy Lukasik is always forward-thinking and ahead of us, so a lot of times when I present something, she already has a plan in motion. But for the most part, I don't worry about the tourism side of things so much because, again, Amy does have a handle on it. My job has been more of getting the city and the businesses and the citizens all to find a solution that, the biggest problem that we always have is liability. City can't really provide a shuttle service or golf cart services or a lot of stuff because there's so much liability involved and so much money that we're going to have to hit the tax base. But fortunately for us as private citizens and private business owners, we can find these solutions sometimes. It just takes us to sit at the table, and now that we have a better grasp and understanding of what to expect with these impacts, My next business bureau meeting is going to be in the next 30-something days, and in that time, I have the power to present a solid plan to our city commission and manager that usually works out well for us.
All right, very good. Brian McMillan. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I just, it's, I guess to me, it's inspiring that you guys are trying to look for these different kind of solutions. I mean, banding together as a business district is what a community is all about. So you're kind of always at the heart of that, Johnny. So I think kudos to you, and I hope that that's a great idea. Like if there's some kind of shuttle service, I mean, even if not, doesn't solve everything, it's a statement, that we're trying our best to make something happen. And
well, we almost have a quorum here with the TDC. We have Johnny, Andy Dance as the chairman, and Patty King, the mayor, Amy Lukasik. So we could make a vote. I make a motion.
Johnny does a great job on the TDC board. He brings in a great perspective from the Flagler County, from the beach businesses. He's very valuable.
All right, you guys.
Well,
Johnny,
I appreciate that.
Hey, Johnny, we appreciate you and everybody out there, and Scott with the. And I mean, all the restaurants are so awesome. I remember years ago there really weren't that many, if any, really good restaurants. Everybody complained there's no good places to eat in Flagler County or whatever. And you guys have come here, you've invested in the community and put out great products. So we appreciate that.
Well, as always, I appreciate bringing us together.
All right. Well, get back to work. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. You too. All right. So a lot of people don't understand because the tourism taxes don't come from restaurants, right, Amy?
Correct. Yeah, and we spend a pretty decent, respectable size of our funding to promote tourism type of businesses, and we know that Flagler Beach restaurants do rely on tourists. So we have a whole campaign that is promoting ocean view dining, and that's a unique thing that we offer, and we know people like that. So we've been highlighting that, and we're going to do another photo shoot, professional photo shoot and video to continue promoting that. We have billboards out, and we help promote those free parking lots. So, where normally people would park semi close to the business they're looking to go to, maybe this time you can just walk an extra block or two, or to support those local businesses.
Okay.
Is the bed tax? What is the percent of for the bed tax right now? And is that possible to raise, or is that already maxed out?
Yeah, it is maxed out right now. And so we, out of $4.3 million, we dedicate about 17%, only 17% to actual advertising. And when you think about the foundation and the premise of the tourist development tax is to promote and advertise your community to tourists. So we do have a pretty diverse expenditure where we help support local businesses and organizations and beach and capital project. When the TDC or when the county first enacted the tourist development tax in 1986, they actually already had a dedicated percentage to beach renourishment. So TDC Tourism has been supportive of beach renourishment since the beginning. After Hurricane Matthew, we doubled that percentage, and the TDC was the one who had the loan for the northern 12 miles to help repair that after Hurricane Matthew. So, they've definitely shown their commitment and understand the importance.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned the sixth. There is a sixth penny, but Flagler County is not eligible for it. But we did talk about it during our legislative priority session, our workshop, and we're going to put together some language and potentially the legislators can look at amending that and opening it up a little bit more so a smaller county like Flagler could be eligible, and it'd give us an extra penny to put toward the beaches.
Flagler Beach Mayor Patty King, tell me if everything goes well, in the blessings of the turtles, they swim off and enjoy their lives and leave us alone, and the pier without a hurricane coming. What is the timeline when everything is done and a ribbon cutting on the new pier?
We're hopeful it would be December 31st, 2026. I haven't heard that we won't make that deadline, but given everything and the delay that we have right now it's about 55 to 70 days until the hatchlings hatch. So we're looking at restarting the project in September. It's probably going to push us a couple months.
So he was the big pilings that go in to make the pier. How long is the pier going to be?
It'll be about 800 feet.
And what was it? Because it keeps getting chopped off with storms. So what was it? And 800 feet, how much longer will it be than what we have seen recently?
Well, it started at 851 in 1928, and it's been pluses and minuses of hundreds of feet over the years. We are currently at about 500 feet, 400 to 500 feet, and the first 100 we're keeping for historical preservation, and so we'll add another 700 feet out, and it'll be way out there, longer than we've seen it.
And so how do they okay, you see all the big pilings, and what are they made out of now? Because they used to be wood. That was all they had.
The current ones are wood.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Okay, but then the ones you're putting in are what? Concrete.
Yes.
And they pound them into the ground under the water.
They do. If you've been,
wouldn't that give you a headache? I mean, if you have a toothache and you're out there on the beach with bam, bam, bam.
Well, the good thing is the farther they get out into the water, the sound and the vibrations will dissipate. So as it goes, it'll get easier for everybody on shore.
And it all has stopped because we don't want to disturb the turtles?
Well, they're federally protected. We can't. You can't touch a turtle nest.
Okay.
Yeah, we just can't do it.
Okay, and I love turtles, so don't take it wrong that I'm being cold-hearted about this, but it just seems there's a way where the turtles can live their life perfectly, and they're in their eggs right now, right?
Yes.
So how would they know if we bit them?
They won't even know the difference.
I know. When they wake up and come out, this is the world they know.
It's a temperature issue. It's the movement. There's a whole litany of reasons why they are protected. And
little
you can't
do
touch
they
them.
know these little guys are costing millions of dollars. They have the power of.
We won't talk about their chance of survival or anything.
Oh no!
No. That's why they're so protected. It's 1 in 10,000.
Yeah, but it's the quality, not the length of life. I mean, when you see them all scrambling for the ocean, they're so happy and everything.
Something like that.
So that's a joy, I guess.
Yes.
Patty King, anything before we let you go?
Well, all of our businesses are open. A1A is open. No part of the city is closed right now. The hotel is open. We're open for business.
Yeah, we didn't talk about, there was a lot of stress about the roads being closed around Margaritaville. Those are all open now?
All except for South Central between 3rd and 2nd Street. That is still water main and is due to be reopened and then paved by early September.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, when it's all done, it'll be awesome. And in the meantime, go out there and support, put up with a little hassle or inconvenience, walk a little further or whatever, and support our local businesses down there. They're employing a lot of people and paying taxes and mostly providing a great product and an experience for us. That's what they're there for. So let's go support them. Okay. Hey, we're going to take a break. Patty King, we'll talk to you later. All right. And we're going to empty a seat and a microphone. And we've got our folks from Marineland Dolphin Adventure coming up next.
This is attorney Michael Politis. You pay your bills. You pay for your insurance every month, year after year. And then one day, bam, you're in an accident. After all that loyalty and all those payments, does the insurance company want to pay you when you finally need them? No. They're happy to take your money, but never want to pay when they should. Don't trust an insurance adjuster to do right by you. They work for the company, and their job is to save money, not spend it. I want to work for you. Who should you trust? Politis and Matavina, the Justice Attorneys, offices Ormond Beach, Port Orange, and Orange City.
At Dignity Memorial Providers, Craig Flagler Palms Funeral Home and Flagler Memorial Gardens deliver compassionate care, personalized service, and exceptional customer satisfaction. There are options for everyone and discounts for pre-planning. They're always happy to show you their facility. Learn more at dignitymemorial.com.
Is it on your bucket list? Fulfill your dreams right here in Flagler County. Bring the family for a dolphin day at Marineland. Our dolphins love taking visitors for rides. They would love to paint you a lasting frameable memory or take a picture of them kissing you on the nose. Come out for the day and watch them play. Discover what's happening at marineland.net. Bucket list fulfilled at Marineland.
Bucket list fulfilled at Marineland. And today I want to welcome aboard, if you just tuned in, got Brian McMillan, co-host, Andy Dance, our chairman of the Flagler County Commission and the Tourist Development Board. And so glad to have you here. Amy Lakosic, who's here, also our tourism director. And welcome Roque and Shauna with Marineland Dolphin Adventure. Good to have you guys here. All right. And you just did a great commercial, so that's why I played it for you there.
Thank you. I had a great director.
So, when people see in the news, Marineland, their owners in Mexico, whatever, Chapter 11, and blah, 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 blah. But you've worked for this company right in Panama City. Is that true? So
yep,
tell
Panama
Shauna,
City Beach.
All right, so tell us about you, Shauna. What do you do, and why are you into the dolphin business?
Well, I am the director of sales, marketing, and events. And when I moved to Florida, I've been in Florida a little over 4 years. I love animals. I fell in love with animals, and there was an opportunity for me to be able to share my love with animals with the public and also get to be around them too. Mm-hmm. And also learn so much, because there are so many things that I didn't even know. A lot of people, there's a big misconception that these animals that people go out and they capture them. That is not what happens at all. In 1972, the Marine Mammal Protection Act passed a law that you cannot do that. What we provide is a safe environment for people to actually interact with animals. Like me moving here from another state, I had no idea that it was illegal to interact with animals in the wild. It is a $10,000 fine. So what we offer is education. You get to interact with them, and you get to learn about them. You get to learn about everything about them, and it's something really special. And everybody should get a chance to do it.
Well, I liked your passion for what you're doing, and you care for the dolphins, and you love them, and they have names, and they really like interacting with people. So
they do. That is part of their enrichment is the interaction. Dolphins are they like the attention. They are very, very active with people, and it's amazing. Even just when you're walking by a habitat, they're excited to see you. They want that interaction. It's part of their enrichment. I mean, dolphins in the wild, I have gone on a boat tour, and they just want that interaction. They are so intelligent and so loving.
So the ones you have at Marineland, this is all they've ever known, right?
It is. Like I said, the law that was passed in 1972. So the dolphins that have been acquired, and I can speak for our parks, our dolphins, they have been deemed by the federal government non-releasable due to some sort of health condition. They wouldn't make it in their natural habitat. So what we're giving them is a chance at life to be loved and to care for. Our animals are loved and cared for better than most children in the country.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
some
right.
animals were actually rescued, and most of them are born under human care. So, like you were saying, that's all they would know. They don't know nothing about the wild. But
yeah, I mean, if you let them loose like Free Willy type of a thinking, they would die. They would be totally disoriented. They would feel abandoned. They would be everything. Yeah. So they're where they ought to be. All right. Well, Roque, tell us you're the general manager at Marineland Dolphin Adventure. So how did you get into the business?
Well, I've been in industry about 21, 22 years, all the way from training dolphins, sea lions, penguins, anything you think about. And now general manager of Marineland. And my focus is Marineland, to improve Marineland. I know we're on a bit of a hole due to all this process of, the bankruptcy and the sale and so forth, but I'm looking forward to to better that place and make sure we get what we need to make that place move forward. Mm-hmm. More animals, more tourists. You could get out there. We are open to the public. We just want everyone that pass there just visit us. Swim with the dolphins, see what we are, and from there go on. Whatever happens in the future, we just want to keep moving.
All right. Amy, how important is, we talked a little bit about it, with tourism here, even though, like, St. Augustine's trying to steal it from us. They have a St. Augustine zip code, they have a St. Augustine phone number, but they're really Flagler County, right?
Yes, they're in Flagler County, and they are our main attraction that we have here, and we love that. So we do hope whoever does purchase it, that they continue on with the operation and the good work that they do.
And it's for sale, I guess. I know you can't really talk about, or I mean, I don't even know if you're involved, but I've heard that, okay, it's for sale and there's some possible local investors that are thinking about buying it. But to me, we need not put condos there. We need to keep it as what it is. So I don't know if there's any way that can be done. Is it, who would buy something like that? Maybe a developer or a local persons. I mean, I don't know. Andy, do you have any inside gossip on Marineland?
Nothing to share. I have nothing.
Oh, I like that. Nothing to share. Okay. Well, what do you have?
I have no inside knowledge. How's that?
All right. Okay. All right. So how's it work? The Dolphins that work, everybody loves the Dolphins. They're concerned about that. Is there enough money? It's in bankruptcy. Are you getting the money you need to feed them, to take care of them, to pay you guys to take care of them?
Donations of tuna or anything?
Yeah. What can we do?
The bankruptcy Chapter 11 is just to reconstruct, where the debtors are basically set on hold and to make sure that they start the whole process again of paying all the things that the facility needs. So by moving forward, that means we have everything going. All the providers, which is the fish, everything the facility needs is up to date, and that's where we are looking at to be moving forward. Chapter 11 is just like a pause, but we're there, hoping that the next step is just to move on and make sure that Marineland keeps growing.
So you're getting the money you need to keep everything going well and all that.
Yes.
Staffing wise, are you good? I mean, did you bring, because you came from Panama City? Did people from Panama City come over to Flagler County with you? Or?
We had a couple of trainers that came along with, and they are doing phenomenal. They are, and we're heading into our slower season, so obviously we won't need as many seasonal staff that we've had, but our staffing has been great. Everything has been business as usual for us. It is just, like he said, the reconstruction of debt. That has been the big thing. And I don't think it's ever been a question of our animal care and our animal welfare. Those animals, and dolphins especially, they eat 5-star quality restaurant fish. Every fish is inspected by the trainer. If there is anything wrong with a single fish, they do not get it. They eat better than we do.
Yeah, they live better than I do. They have the seawater that's pumped in from the ocean, that natural water full of life. They get this, like Shauna was saying, the 5-star fish. Actually, a trainer would come in like 5:30, 6 in the morning, like 3 of them, and they would actually select these fish one by one, just for these animals. Make sure they have all the eyes, no scratches, perfect fish. Yeah.
And so, this is great stuff to tell people, to educate people to what really does go on out there. Now, and you are promote. Go ahead, Amy, swing that microphone on.
I think an interesting fact they might find interesting is about how much it costs per day to feed the animals, because people have no clue of the investment that goes into that when you talk about the quality of food.
Yeah, I mean, like we get our fish actually from Canada. The quality of the capelins, herrings that we get, squid. We're talking about, we fish out approximately every 2 to 3 weeks, and about 8 to 9 thousand per
8 to 8,000 for how much? For how long?
About say 3 weeks to a month that would last.
Wow.
So
they eat a lot. A lot of sushi there.
Yeah, a lot of fish.
All right. So one way we can help is to come out there and buy a birthday party for our kids or for us, or to have a business meeting and that kind of a thing. So give us a little, what would happen with the Marineland Dolphin Adventure? Tell us about what does the adventure entail?
So we have many different levels of programs. We have out-of-water programs. We have a dolphin design where you can come, you will meet a dolphin, you will do some husbandry behavior with them, then the dolphin will actually paint you a picture. You're going to hold the canvas and the dolphin is going to paint you a picture. We have another program, it's a meet and greet, that is also an out-of-water program, and you will get to interact with the dolphin out of water. You're going to get that kiss, you're going to do some husbandry behavior, you're going to do hand targets, the flipper touch. And then we have in-water programs. So we have a dolphin encounter, so you were actually in the water with the dolphin, and it is an amazing feeling to have a 500-pound dolphin swim up to you. And that you will do a lot of different behaviors with them. Our photographers are phenomenal. You will get everything captured and you will have every memory. Then we have something called a swim adventure. You're going to do everything that dolphin encounter. Then you are also going to get to do a belly ride with the dolphin. And that is an amazing experience in itself. Then we also have...
Wait a minute, what is a belly ride?
A belly ride is you are going to be bobbing around in the water, and the dolphin is going to come up under you, and you are going to ride on their belly up, and it will bring you up to the shallow end. Then we have something called...
Have you ever done that, Amy? Our tourism director?
I haven't done the belly ride.
I think you should.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah, but I have done an immersive experience, yes.
All right. Okay, that's cool. All right, well, go ahead. I just was curious on the
And then
belly
we
ride.
do have something called the Royal Swim, where you'll have 2 bottlenose dolphins. You're going to do everything that I talked about. You are going to get a dorsal fin pulse. So you'll have a dolphin on each hand that is going to take you for a little jaunt around the habitat. And not only do you get that, but then you're going to get a toe push. So you'll have a dolphin come up under each foot and push you up and out of the water. And along with all of that, you are going to learn so many things from our trainers about these animals, how they came to us, what their daily activities are, what they do to get them ready for the day. I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes things that our trainers do that nobody ever gets to see. They work so hard with these animals, and they're not just, it's not a job for them. This is their family. These dolphins are a part of their family, and they spend more time with these animals than they actually do with their own family. And you can see that and you feel that when you're with the trainers.
I heard dolphins are always awake. They sleep with half a brain.
Yes, that's
How
Roquet's area.
does that work here?
Yeah, so
okay, explain that one to us.
Yeah, so they're able to like shut down half the brain, the other half is working and keeping the body totally function. They do like rest one eye at a time too. And they have that sixth sense, the echolocation. They could rest both eyes and use echolocation to actually see stuff around them over 200 meters. So
I've seen Andy Dance do that on the dais sometimes. One eye closed.
I know, right? If we were able to do that, we will be working 24/7. You know,
that is so cool. All right, so people go there, check it out. What's the website where they can find out more?
They can go to marineland.net, and we are always running different promotions. We do have a promotion always for our Florida residents off season. We have a military discount. We even have a discount for our first responders and firefighters, and all of it is located on our website. And you can always find whatever our current promotion is on our social media page.
All right. Well, we're out of time. Okay, give us some final words from Marineland, and how can we keep it going and make it better than ever?
Well, keep on visiting. You pass Marineland. It's the way from Flagler to St. Augustine. It's a good stop. Stop and visit us. Meet the dolphins. Have a good time, and keep on, your adventurous tourism around here.
All right, and we can request Shauna to be our our contact out there.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You'd be a great person to put on a birthday party, too. All right, well, thanks. Appreciate you being on. Amy Lukosik, we got to go. Final comments from our tourism director.
Yes, I'm promoting staycations. Stay at the new Margaritaville Compass Hotel. Go have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at our local Flagler Beach restaurants, and then head up north the beautiful scenic drive along A1A to Marineland Dolphin Adventure for your dolphin experience.
All right, very good. Andy, that was good. Who did that? That was
Very good. I didn't do that.
That was Andy.
Okay.
Being with them too long.
All right. All right, Andy Dance,
All right.
final words of wisdom.
Well, I put together a little something because today was all about the beaches. And, I've lived here long enough to know, 53 years now, that our beaches is who we are. It's in our DNA. It's our identity. It's our brand. It's where our families make memories. It's the basis for our tourism and our economy in the county. And it's where visitors fall in love with our community. So protecting them isn't just a project, it's a promise that we're going to hand down a strong, beautiful Flagler County to the next generation. So just wanted to get that out there.
All right. I love it. Thank you very much.
Great
Thank you for all you
advertising.
do.
Great tourism advertising there.
All right. I don't know how you keep a full-time job with everything else you do. All right, Brian, your final words.
Just thanks everybody for what you're doing for the community, and happy back to school coming up.
And a shout out to my brother George. I know he's listening.
All right. Everybody, have a good one. Take care. Be safe. Be kind. Get out to Marineland. Have a wonderful day.